What's the answer, please?
We'd certainly write to you and give you that
Why can't you tell me now?
Because some of those agreements that we have with the external organisations have an element of confidentiality, and I don't want to make a mistake here and get that wrong, but we'll certainly write.
Well, I'd encourage you. You're covered by parliamentary privilege, Mr Thompson, so no one can sue you. That's why you can give us honest answers. I've been told by some of your workers that they're having to run from door to door because the technology is telling them they need to be quicker. Do you have that technology in place, Mr Thompson?
No, I'm not aware of technology that we have in place that tells people to work more quickly.
So you're telling the committee that your members of staff don't carry bits of technology, whatever that might be, that tracks how quickly they're doing their job?
No, they do. They do have a PDA, and that PDA does actually...
it was a PDA, not a PVA. Did I mishear on the phone when someone called me? So you do know what a PDA is, do you?
Yes, I do.
What is that?
Yeah, a PDA is a device that our workers will have, which actually helps them in terms of knowing where to go in their route, and also might be scanning items at the doorstep.
You are doing exactly the same as other employers such as Amazon in using technology. Mr Thompson, you're quite good at evading my questions. I mean, the points I wanted to make today was that your bonus package had been changed in order to just focus purely on shareholder value, that you're using external consultants to do what's happening in the rest of the industry, and you're using technology in a way that adds enormous amount of stress onto your workforce. I think the answers to all of those questions have in the long run been yes. Do you not have any humility to recognise that it's really not been going very well since you were appointed CEO?
I think that clearly there are some things that have not gone as well as we would want it. I totally understand that. I think as a CEO of any business, there is no one...
We wanted. Isn't it your responsibility, Mr Thompson?
Well, of course.
You announced redundancies, tens of thousands of redundancies. You want to introduce agency workers on insecure contracts. Every single performance target in the last 2 years was missed by your company under your stewardship for the last 2 years, and as already has been explained, the former Royal Mail chief executive recently said that you were extremely inexperienced and labelled the leadership of Royal Mail as toxic and confrontational. Do you really think that you're a fitting, proper person to run this national infrastructure company?
Postal workers are going to lose their jobs while casualised workers replace them. That's fire and replace, isn't it?
No, there is no fire and rehire, I think is the phrase. That's
no, I didn't say fire and rehire. I said fire and replace. Those people are gone. They're out the door. They're bulleted. You're getting people back on casualised labour. Is that the way to run a cherished national asset such as Royal Mail? Do you not understand, Mr Thompson, that by giving these sorts of evasive and avoiding answers, you played fast and loose with the chair's questions about the technology, about the acronym that was used? Shouldn't you have come in and said, no, actually what we have is X or PD or whatever it is? If you're forthright and candid with us, are we then going to be able to trust you? At the moment, these sorts of responses where you don't give straight answers to very simple questions is really causing us some considerable difficulty. Do you not see that?
Would it be fair to say then that reports in the media and from constituents that postal workers have been told to prioritise parcels over letters are accurate? Is that now official Royal Mail policy?
No, that's absolutely not true.
I'm a bit confused because a whistleblower wrote to me only last week, once we'd advertised that this session was happening, to tell me that you do in fact prioritise parcels over letters. And in fact he sent me a picture of a poster that's on his rack in one of your offices, and I'll just read you what it says here. This is from last week, where it says, "The future is parcels. Unless your manager directs you otherwise, these are your priorities on delivery each day. Number 1, premium items and collections. Number 2, large parcels. Number 3, lapsing, including all parcels. And number 4, at least half of the delivery points on your frame, including letters." So letters are ranked number 4 in the priority list, and only half of them. So you're unilaterally only delivering on 50% of your USO, aren't you, Mr Thompson?
I'm actually aware of that particular correspondence, which was done in one delivery office, and it was dealt with, and it was a local action.
This isn't true. Who wrote this poster, Mr Thompson?
That is absolutely not our policy.
Well, it's on a Royal Mail poster that your workers are being asked to read when they go to work. If I might politely say so, I've not been very pleased with your answers today. I know this is a difficult job for you, but it's really important that you answer questions clearly and, might I say, as honestly as possible, because your performance gives us grave concern, really, about the narrative that you provided today on many of my questions today, including when there's clear evidence to the contrary. you've suggested that what we've been told, what the evidence suggests just isn't true. Something has to be true, and I'm not sure what that is.